We've been trying to get in this truck for quite a while.
We have.
And I think it's going to be well worth it. Today on the show, we have the new 2024 Toyota Tacoma in TRD form. And TRD Offroad form to be exact. And, well, there she is. And we're going to take this thing and have a little bit of fun. You can see it's already muddy. We may or may not have already had some fun. But Kelly, what is your impressions of this vehicle? We haven't talked too much about this, but where are you at with this one?
Yeah, so this one, I'm excited to get behind the wheel on this and see what its capabilities are, because I've tested the Toyota brand in the past and their off-road capabilities, but this trail that we're getting ready to do today is really going to test some of those capabilities.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited and looking forward to it.
Right, and we should get to do a lot of car control features and stuff, try that out. But let's walk around this thing and go from there. This was the concept hidden in plain sight, because when Toyota showed some future vehicles, some future EV vehicles, they basically showed this truck in the background, and so we've kind of seen this thing. I have to say though, I've seen them in person for quite a while now, and I have to say this is a great job. They've done a great job on it. It does, yes, there is some design traits to it from where you definitely see some of the Tundra in it, but yet they've kind of given it a little bit of its own personality as well. They're not doing the lights that come down, you know, you're getting more of a kind of an aggressive look to that. But being Toyota, they know this thing's going to be, it's an off-road version, so they know it's going to be. And I like when they do something aggressive with TRD, they give you some nice aggressive wheels. You're going to get a little bit of upgraded suspension package. And just the color in general, this is a very pretty color from Toyota. Now we go all around this thing. Of course, it's a gas, you know, she's a gas beast. And she, one thing I'm dinged it about, and I'm going to continue to ding about till they update this. This looks like something from the 80s. They need to upgrade this. For one, it's so tiny compared to the size of the vehicle. To me, it just doesn't fit well. Now that's a sticker, so who cares really? At the end of the day, it's a sticker that you can peel off if you don't like it. But they've got some options here. You can see they've got the little inlays where they've popped those in there. Of course, you got all your cameras and everything. You've got a nice little push button tailgate, which I love. And you can do it from either side. So if you want to push it down that way on that side, where the truck only got it on one side, we do have the composite bed in this thing. They got the heavy duty rubber mat in this. You get it's a nice truck, man. I mean, so Kelly, it looks like you could clean this out pretty easy, right?
Yeah, absolutely. To the naked eye, it looks like powder coat finish, but we know it's that composite. So it is definitely a good finish, easy to clean. You know, I don't think it'll scratch very easily.
I don't think so either. I don't think so either. Of course, they've got the optional tie downs, all the stuff here, which those are nice. I don't know why some of the other manufacturers have hesitated not to do it, but you still get some little bit of, you know, bed tie downs there. As we walk around this thing, I believe we can push this button and it go right back up, which nobody else is doing in mid-size trucks. So the price of this thing as of right now, Kelly, is what?
$54,829 as tested.
All right, 54. So there's no truck. Our Ranger Raptor was 58. And it didn't even come close to having some nice features like that. So that is pretty much a big plus in my book. But it looks aggressive. This thing definitely looks off-road. Now, I would have liked to seen them done some sort of, you know, some sort of protection on the side of this thing. But guess what? It's also a $50,000 truck, so they're not going to throw. They're going to let you throw some of your own money at this thing. But as we finish walking around, clearly you can tell it's a Tacoma, and it's done Tacoma things, which means it's gotten dirty. And well, there's an off-road course over there.
And I think we're about to get it more dirty.
Yes, so let's go get this thing dirty and give you our thoughts on the inside. All right, so we got the interior of this thing in there. And Toyota, I love the graphics they always use. It's always super clean, very non-glare too, which I actually like. Big old freaking screen in this thing. Like, that feels like a big LCD TV sitting up there, man. I like in the Lexus how this all flowed together. I would have liked to kind of seen that maybe flow together a little bit more, but people want aggressive looking, and we saw the Trail Hunter version of this thing, and of course it was all aggressive. We saw that last year and got to kind of do a walk around of that thing, so we know kind of what to expect of the interior. Of course, heated and cooled seats in this truck. And what'd you say the price of this thing was again?
$54,000.
$54,000. Our $58,000 midsize truck at home doesn't have heated and cooled seats. And this is an off-road trim, but that's pretty, I know you probably like that, right?
I do. You know, I've talked about it for years. Dave didn't really understand it until we really truly got to experience the cooled seats, and now he's a believer.
Right, but you get these big old knobs on this thing. Look at that, big old knobs on this thing. Of course, it's dual climate control, so if she wants her own version of heat and cool, she can have her own. I love the tactical buttons of everything. I think it looks nice there. We turn the AC on, as you can see, popped up. Of course, being Toyota, they have a thing for these strange knobs. I have to admit, I would like to see, I don't know, I'm not gonna ding it for it, but I don't know, it seems a little chintzy. They're wireless charging there, which I'm not a fan of it standing up, but works out great, I'm sure. Now we do have 2 C's in there, so that's a big plus. So if you have issues charging this way, you're bouncing around on the trails, you can always plug your phone in on that. Now, Kelly, I said it earlier, that's a spicy meatball of a screen there.
It is, and you know, it's massive.
Yes, it's definitely to be seen. We'll say that. And when you're, you know, if you think about this, we're losing window space because we've got all the controls up here for all the, you know, the help with driving, all the sensors, big old mirror. Of course, this one's a digital mirror. Look at that truck sitting in there. But if you think about it, I'm starting to lose a lot of actual front space in this thing. Now, Kelly just noticed it has the pop-out JBL speaker. So if you wanna take your tunes on the go, you can do that, and then it just pops right back in there. So which is cool. Interior-wise, like Lexus, like everything else Toyota, they do a perfect job of, once again, no real chrome sitting around here to reflect in my face. I like all the controls. It feels nice. All the buttons, I have to say too, very responsive, very nice feeling. Nice soft touch on the center of the steering wheel, and once again the shifter too. I think it's a pretty nice shifter. Now we do get stay bar control on this, so we can get a little more flexy if need be. We do have a rear locker. We got some camera views and some towing. We've got, if you've got a tow, you know, for your braking of your towing there, you can do that. We got a heated steering wheel too, and once again, some other manufacturers, you're getting some stuff in this thing that well, you don't seem to get, and this might be a better value. Now, I have dinged this thing a little bit because the Pro, I just dropped a video on it, you may have watched it, about, well, I feel like the Pro's overly priced, but I think for this truck, I think in the mid 50s, and I hate to say mid 50s is affordable with a truck, but it's where we're at now. The market has said, okay, 50s, we'll pay 50s, and well, I think for what you get in the 50s, you're getting a lot of truck here. So let's go get it dirty. And I know she's gonna want to drive it, and I may not want to give this one up, so we'll battle over it. All right, we're first dirt for us. I like mid-sized trucks for off-roading. Kelly doesn't necessarily. You're more of a Bronco Wrangler girl.
Yes, and the reason for that typically is I don't like the potential fishtail of the trucks because they're that longer wheelbase.
Or this right here.
Yeah,
it's a 10-point turn maybe to get around some of the obstacles.
100%.
Because you are a little bit longer. I mean, there's no doubt about that. But for some reason, I don't know why, the craziness redneck of in my head, I like trucks.
I mean, you said it.
I did say it. I-force in this engine, you know, I wanted more horsepower, to be honest. I thought Toyota should at minimum hit 300 horsepower and then let the Pro hit 340. Well, Toyota, maybe they're saving some for later, but they it's not there just yet. But I'll throw the old horsepower numbers up in your screen. But I think either way, the truck's very capable with a 4-cylinder. We've done some 4-cylinder stuff in other vehicles where it surprises us.
Yeah, it does. It surprises that capability. That little oomph that you need, it's there, it's ready to go. So it'll be interesting to see if this one lives up to it as well.
Yeah, and that's the thing with turbo engines, man. If you need the torque, which off-road you always want torque. You know, I mean, I'm an old school want horsepower, but at the end of the day, torque's where it's at. Torque's going to get you out of that hole, and this one here does have plenty of the old torques. Now, one of the things that this thing doesn't have is bigger tires. You know, I think we have like a 32-inch tire on this thing, and I would have liked to seen Toyota get into the 35s. Now, not with this one. This is a lower trim. Definitely with the TRD Pro stuff. Maybe Trail Hunter, I think, should have gotten a larger tire, but Toyota's pretty conservative with that stuff, and you know, they're known for reliability. You start throwing bigger tires on, and guess what? You got bigger problems. So you get the stay bar control on this thing, and let's push it. I don't know if it'll allow it now or not, but we're gonna get a little bit more flex, and we've seen this in some of the Ford Bronco stuff where that means a lot. Now we can be in a old school Wrangler and you get a lot of flex because of the way the straight axle's set up. Well, trucks kind of need a little bit more, and when they've adopted this kind of extra flex that you might get, I think that's a great thing.
Yeah, absolutely. You need that extra flex because Mama doesn't like on off camber.
Yeah.
And if you can give me some or stay bar disconnect, those types of things, then I'm going to be more apt to drive the vehicle because I feel like I'm in more control.
Yeah,
and you really get that feeling of being in control.
Right. And of course, when you saw the sway bar disconnect on other brands, you were like, hey, I need that in my own personal off-road vehicle.
100%.
It says blue course, and we have a blue truck. Right up there. So something we've noticed a little bit is what?
Yeah, so I've definitely noticed that the 32-inch tires are on this versus 35s.
Yes.
Because I'm bottoming out on things that I've not bottomed out on other vehicles today.
Yes, of course there's, we're going through mud, ruts, and that's gonna happen a little bit, but yeah, definitely some of the other brands that we've got to test recently, a little taller tire.
Yeah, so even the rocks have not changed today. So I was actually bottoming out on rocks that I was not bottoming out on other vehicles. So you can definitely notice the difference in the tire size.
Yeah, tire size. Yeah, of course. And like we said earlier, that would be the one major ding, and I think Toyota expects that anyway. So I don't think they're like, oh no, what's tires, because they've built a pretty capable vehicle. Of course, I love the off-road screens they have. You get each side of the vehicle, the front view. That's really nice. Once again, having the stay bar disconnect, a rear locker is real nice. Toyota claims that you don't need a front locker. They think their setup there that Kelly's been messing with on and off works perfect enough that they don't need it. So I mean, I'm not going to argue with them about that. Overall, I think Toyota's got they got a nice truck here. Scale 1 to 10, features and comfort.
Features and comfort, I'd give it a 9.
I'm gonna say a 7.5. I would like to see, I don't know, it's just too many sharp angles in the interior for me. Ride quality.
Ride quality, I'm gonna give it I'm gonna give it an 8.
Yeah, that's probably about where I'm at with it.
Because I feel like it could be a little softer.
Yeah. Overall design, where are you at?
Overall design, I'd have to give it an 8.5.
Yeah.
I mean, I like the refresh of it over the last couple years, but I feel like it needs a little more.
Yeah, I think Toyota set themselves up to take this further. I think let's get it to market and then we'll jump it further. I'm gonna give it overall design. I'm gonna give it probably an 8 as well. I think it looks good. Engine seems to be great in it. What short time we've got to have with it, so no complaints there. Seems to have plenty of power. How was it on the crawl up?
Oh yeah, I love Toyota's off-road system. I've said it before, and it proved to me again today. I really love their system, and it did well. It crawled up fine. It grabbed when it needed to. So overall, it was a great system today.
Right. So whether it be two-wheel drive,
four-wheel drive,
or this badass Toyota Tacoma we get to drive, this has been your All Terrain Nation. I'm your host, David Boyd.
And I'm Kelly Boyd.
And we're out. Peace, everybody. Love y'all.